What's up everyone, my name is Mike, and in today's video I will teach you how to solve this problem in physics about impulse and momentum. So you can just pause the video and read the problem, then I'll come back to you to show you how to solve it. Thank you. Okay, now to solve the problem, we know that the formula for impulse is the sum of force times the difference in time is equal to the mass times the final velocity minus the mass times the initial speed or velocity. Now here we are given the mass of the student, which is 63 kilograms, and the time that the impact acts upon the student, it's 0.04 seconds, and then the force, it's 18,000 Newton. Now if we put all of this in the equation, we're gonna have 18,000, which is the force that we put in there, times the time times 0.04 is equal to the mass, which is, now here, because it says the force exerted on the student when it comes to rest, which means the final velocity is 0 because the student comes to rest. So the final velocity will be 0. So here we're gonna have 63 times 0 minus 63 times the initial velocity when the student hits the ground. So here, after doing some calculation, it's gonna give us 18,000 times 0.04, 720, which will be equal to 63 initial speed. Now the initial speed will be equal to 720 divided by 63. It's gonna give us 11.428 meter per second. Now the question says, to what height does the student falls? Now to solve that, we're gonna use the free falling motion equation, and for that one I'll use the equation which says v squared is equal to final v squared is equal to initial v squared plus 2 acceleration and space. Now I use this formula because we are not given the time by which the student falls. This time it's the time that the ground is impacting upon the student, but you don't have the time that the student falls from where he is to the ground. So here now if I have to draw a small diagram, it will show us the student here is falling like until it hits the ground there, and it says it falls from rest, which means here the velocity is 0, and then when it hits the ground, the velocity, it's this one, which is 11.42 meter, and then when it hits the ground after this amount of seconds, its velocity comes to rest 0. So now this motion, which is described here, so here you see that the final velocity, which is there in this motion, the final velocity is there. It's gonna be 11.428 squared, and then the final velocity, the initial velocity, which is there, which is 0, plus 2 Now the acceleration of gravity is 9.81, and then the space is the space that we are looking for. And now okay, right now here there's a minus sign, so here actually the velocity should be minus because it's going down, and we said upward moment, upwards is positive, so down should be negative. But here when you're gonna square it, the minus will go away. So after doing the calculation, I found out that my velocity, my space, the space is this one. The space will be 11.428 squared divided by 9 by 2 times 9.81, and then the final answer will be 6.657 meter. That's the height that the student fall from. Yeah. Okay guys, thank you for watching, and make sure you subscribe and like and share this video if you find it helpful.